Hello everyone! Hey, welcome back! Today I'm playing Goodbye Tired Stars. A game that I've discovered through a VTuber, actually, Yomi Gardenia. They made this game and the soundtrack. And I was captivated by it, so I wanted to play it. Not sure what the game's really about, but I like doing that. So I can go in with an open mind and just see what happens. So, thanks for joining me today. This is Goodbye Tired Stars. Supposedly a short game, which is good for me. What happens when the last star closes its eyes? Among the vast emptiness, there are a few stars that still hold onto their light. They tire and tire of shining, and they're powerless to fight it. The pull spreads and breaks them apart, scatters them in uncountable particles, lacking the strength to join together again. Such was the fate of the universe, all along. As the star collector, the ones who have fallen silent all walk within me. These memories in my bag of treasures. I observe, I remember, I keep walking. Oh. Alright, this is the place. This is the star system I've been looking for. One of these planets have got to have the best view to watch the end of the universe. There's still some time to look around before it all goes out. Let's check them out first. Oh. Is it the sun? We're in a solar system of some sorts? Oh. There's some markings on the stone. They seem to be faded and eroded with time. This be writing? The stone foundation in which it's written seems to have fared better than the rest of the building. Maybe whoever wrote it knew what was going on, decided to write it where it was best preserved. What kind of message did they want to engrave here? A record of history? Their last words, perhaps? It's unfortunate that no one remains who knows how to read it. The ground, completely dry. Its temperature wouldn't let anything live in it. I feel trembling below, a mixture of gases and molten rock dancing under the surface. From the cracks, the smoke escapes the dance above. In the past, there could have been fields of all kinds of plants, taking in the warm light and fresh soil. How would the view have looked back then? If I could, I would lie down and enjoy the breeze with them. I really like the design of our creature character. They collect stars and memories and keep them in its cape. The walls of metal have melted and melded with each other, a sign of very high temperature. It looks like the civilization here looked to build their houses with metal. In their time, it was probably a very durable material. But even something like that can end up in this state after long exposure to a burning star. The universe has uncountable cases like this. Stars grow and devour what they find on their way, leaving the remaining planets closer to their flames. I know how you must have felt. Some things were just powerless against. These are strange, tall structures in the distance, probably the skeletons of some spires. All that remains is very bare bones. They might have looked different in the past. Were they a different color? Or perhaps they had elaborate metallic ornaments? I wonder if they had any meaning for them. Maybe the people liked to climb to the top, the spires to gaze at the sky. At that time, it must have been a very different sight too. At least, that's what I would have done. Every ruin tells a story. Countless planets have ruins like this, and by observing them, a lot can be learned about who left them behind. Who were they? How did they live? What did they do while they were here? And how would they want to be remembered? This planet's memory, I'll take with me. Oh. Nice. We got a little artifact of the world. Are there only 3 planets here? I believe it. Oh wow, look at this place. And you can see homes underneath the earth. Gravity has long lost meaning for this little planet. Some of the fragments are floating far away from where they should originally have been, and many others have become space dust by now. This one offers a great view of the surroundings. It feels like the sky might swallow everything up. Dark above and light below. I'm thankful I get to see this view before the end arrives. Somehow, the people managed to build pathways between the fragments. The few that... Oh, I see. So it was built... I gotcha. So the planet was built like this in the first place. It's not like they lived underground while it was whole and then it broke apart. That makes sense. That's why the... Yeah, that makes more sense. The few that still keep most of their structure are barely holding together now. But they must have been important back in their better days. Did they walk around these in their normal daily life, despite the risk of falling so far below? Very brave of them. It must have taken a lot of work to put them together and maintain them. I see. They must have used technology. Ooh, let's save the inner part for last. We're working in like a jawbreaker. There are traces of civilizations inside the fragments, or at least what seems to be pieces of buildings, entrances, windows, just like many of the fences that protect the edges of the rock. A lot of their parts must have fallen with time. There have even been some shattered pieces around the windows. Glass, it could be. When I look at places like this, I think about how it must have been to live here. To gaze from the window into a broken world and call it home. A strange diffuse mass that long ago could have likely been the core of this planet. Even now, it does its best to hold together the scattered pieces that remain floating around it. From what it looks like, this planet must have been far smaller in the past. Could it be... Did the people here do this themselves? In lack of space, they had to create it themselves. That's... This one is truly an unusual sight. By all means, a place that I never thought could exist. But even as it ends, the universe always has more surprises to give. The reason it ended up like this might have been lost, but their message hasn't. Even in a shattered place like this, they managed to hold on to hope to keep living. This planet's memory, I'll take with me. Broken glass. That's good. Broken glass, that makes sense. So we got the key from this planet, which is like, metal structures and marvels. I think that's cool. Then we got a piece of broken glass, which is symbolic of this planet being shattered. Very cool. We got one more planet, seems. Whoa. Let's see these. They look like gourds. Oh, such adorable little houses. Or so they could be if there was someone living on this planet. I feel like I've seen this kind of material in other places, but never in these curious formations. They're peeking out, half buried in the sand. So there must surely be more of them underneath. Could the ground itself be made of this material? Thousands of these natural towers all hiding below. He's towering over them. These really are small. What the heck? I assume this person is like human-sized. Out of the nearby hills, this one seems to be the tallest. Are they truly hills, or are they giant dunes of sand? The different colors of the sand paints lines on them, like the grains have been carefully placed by the wind. Many of the treasures I've collected on my journey are paintings. Where there are people, there's always like to record views in the forms of still images. If someone had lived here, would they have chosen this view to frame? Oh man, we're definitely saving that mountain for last. But this is so cool. Look how soft this sand looks. This could be called a river, but instead of water, the current is made of iridescent grains of sand. Where do they come from? Where do they go? Is there a giant sand ocean at the end of this journey? Or maybe the current moves in a circle, looping around the dunes with only forward as a destination. A bit like we used to be, in a way. Always onwards to the next place to see, never knowing what our next stop would be. The sand runs and sparkles. Makes a pretty sound. Would that I could listen to it for longer. I'm trying to think. What kind of souvenir do you think we would get from this place? Maybe a piece of the rock, a vial of sand? That would be awesome. There are giants towering over the horizon, and this one overshadows all of them. And yet, it's far from surpassing that blue mountain from so long ago. That one still has the record. I wonder, which could be the tallest mountain in all of the cosmos? Have I already seen it without knowing? Or will I never find out now? But again, taller doesn't always mean a better viewpoint. I'd say the view of the sky and the land from up there must be amazing enough to see. Beautiful. It never had a chance to sustain life. Perhaps the conditions never allowed it to thrive. Perhaps life never reached this planet to begin with. The great majority of planets are like this, unseen landscapes except for us travelers of the cosmos. But is it less beautiful just because no one lived here to see it? This planet's memory, I'll take with me. Oh, a soft pebble. Okay, that has the texture of the sand in it. The lines? That's cool. Makes sense to me. Seems like time is running out. I think any of these 3 planets might be a good place to stay for the end. But which one? Oh! We actually have a... I honestly like I like the sand planet a lot. Okay, let's see. The metal key, it sort of reminds me of what is it, Girls Last Tour? Where it's the two just traveling around like abandoned civilization. The view, huh? I think, I don't know. Being on top of a mountain, looking out, and seeing the end of the universe, that feels kind of right to me. Let's go with the pebble. Yeah. I sit down on the top of the mountain and look up at the sky. In the end, this may not be the tallest mountain in the universe, but this view is all I need. Who knows? Maybe out there somewhere, there's someone else sharing this same view. Everything that was, that has been, and what could be. To the end, I'll remember them all. From now on, stars will fall asleep. And perhaps, one day they'll wake again. A dream wiped out to start the morning anew. My god, wait, there's Vietnamese? The heck? Wow! What a lovely little journey. And they did say that, yeah, you could save, though it is short, so I feel like you don't need to save for this kind of game. But yeah, that was great. That was great. The writing was very cool. The landscapes were all very unique. I'm sort of interested in seeing how the others end. You know, that last cutscene. But, how about this? You can check out the game yourself. It's entirely free. I'll put the link, of course, as always, in the description. And I'll even put the link to the creator down in the description as well. So check them out. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. This one's a little bit of a shorter one. That's okay. Every once in a while, we need that. And yeah. All right. Okay. Maybe I'll see you next time. Take care now. Bye.